Queen Elizabeth I wasn't just a queen. She was a living legend carved into history itself. She called herself the Virgin Queen, wore jewel-covered gowns, and ruled England with a sharp mind and an iron hand. History remembers her for crushing the Spanish Armada, forging a Protestant empire, and building one of the most powerful courts Europe had ever seen. But beneath the pearls, the ghost-white makeup, and the carefully constructed image, there was fear, obsession, and absolute control. Elizabeth was consumed by how she was seen by the world, and when it came to staying clean, that obsession twisted into something truly disturbing. In the 1500s, hygiene was not about health. It was about image. And Queen Elizabeth turned cleanliness into a performance for the entire world to witness. She believed water could make her sick. She feared aging so deeply that she treated her body as something sacred, untouchable by time, and even by soap. In this video, we reveal 5 of the most shocking things Queen Elizabeth I did to remain clean. And the last one is almost impossible to believe. 1. The queen who was addicted to sugar. Elizabeth had a powerful addiction. Sugar. Not a weakness, not a habit. An obsession that quietly ruled her. In the 16th century, sugar was rare, expensive, and brought from distant, dangerous lands. Most people would never taste it in their entire lives. But for the Queen of England, sugar was not a luxury. It was everywhere. Her tables overflowed with candied violets, sugar-coated fruits, almond marzipan, and desserts drowned in syrup. Sugar was not merely food. It was a declaration of wealth, dominance, and imperial power. But this sweet obsession carried a horrifying price. Dental care in that era was brutal and primitive. People scraped their teeth with twigs, cloth, or crushed eggshells. Elizabeth, however, used a homemade toothpaste made of sugar and herbs. Yes, sugar. The very substance destroying her teeth was the same one she used to clean them. She also brushed with gritty powders that slowly scraped away her enamel. Over time, her royal smile rotted. Her teeth darkened, cracked, and fell out. Foreign visitors recorded it in horror. By the 1590s, her breath had become so foul that people physically recoiled, and even her speech grew difficult through a mouth of decay. Yet she refused to let her teeth be removed, terrified of pain, terrified of losing control. To convince her it was not deadly, one courtier volunteered to have his own tooth ripped out in front of her. And then something even more disturbing happened. The noblewomen of her court began to copy her appearance. They darkened their own teeth with soot and charcoal. In Elizabeth's court, even decay became fashion. Black teeth became a symbol of status, wealth, and royal beauty. That is the terrifying power of royalty. 2. The queen who feared bathing. You may have heard the haunting quote, "I bathe once a month, whether I need it or not." Whether Elizabeth ever truly said those words or not, they perfectly capture the dark mindset of her time. People believed water was dangerous. They thought it opened the body to disease and poisonous air, miasma, blamed for plagues, sickness, and death itself. Bathing was not considered healthy. It was considered risky. So Elizabeth avoided it. Instead of washing her skin, she changed her linen undergarments, called shifts, sometimes several times a day. People believed fabric absorbed sweat, dirt, and even toxins from the body. When she cleaned herself, her handmaids did not scrub her. They gently dabbed her skin with rose water, vinegar, and carefully brewed herbal mixtures. No scrubbing, no rinsing, no soap. Bathing also demanded enormous effort. Massive wooden tubs, buckets of heated water, and multiple servants. It was a royal ceremony, not a daily habit. And water threatened something far more dangerous than dirt. It could smudge her makeup, soften the illusion, make her human. And a queen was never meant to be human. 3. A face made of poison. Elizabeth's famous white face was never natural. It was a mask, carefully crafted, carefully maintained. Pale skin symbolized power, purity, and divine favor. And Elizabeth pushed that belief to its most dangerous extreme. Her favorite cosmetic was Venetian ceruse, a deadly blend of white lead and vinegar. It created flawless beauty, while quietly poisoning her from the outside in. It caused rashes, open sores, scars, and the slow decay of her skin. To hide the damage, she painted over it with thicker and heavier layers. For her lips, she used brilliant red pigments made from mercury itself. Over time, The poison revealed itself: fading memory, unstable moods, trembling hands, and growing weakness. Yet she never stopped. Why? Because her face did not belong to her. It belonged to England. Painters were forbidden to show her true features. They were ordered to use official patterns copied from younger portraits. She avoided natural light. In her final years, people whispered that her makeup would crack if touched. She barely washed her face, because washing meant revealing the truth. And the truth was dangerous. 4. Perfume instead of cleanliness. Elizabeth feared vulnerability. Water meant exposure. Nakedness meant weakness. So she created a new kind of cleanliness: scent. Her maids prepared rose water, lavender oil, vinegar infusions, and herbal perfumes. These liquids did not cleanse the skin. They existed to hide reality. She wore perfumed gloves, carried scented handkerchiefs, and kept pomanders, ornate balls filled with herbs and resins, to block the stench of the real world. Her hair was rarely washed. It was stiffened with sugar water and egg whites, then heavily powdered. As years of poisoning caused her hair to fall out, she turned to bright red wigs to preserve her image. Rumors spread of blistered skin and open sores hidden beneath the makeup. And yet, the illusion remained. 5. A palace built on filth. Behind the gold and velvet, Elizabeth's palaces hid a rotting truth. There was no plumbing, no running water, no escape from what the human body leaves behind. Her toilet was not a porcelain throne. It was a wooden chair with a ceramic pot beneath it, called a close stool. And it was not cleaned by servants, but by a powerful noble known as the groom of the stool. Even royal waste had a hierarchy. The rest of the palace lived with chamber pots and cesspits. Human waste piled beneath the floors and courtyards. At night, men called gong farmers carried it away in silence, dragging the stench through candlelit corridors. The smell never truly left. It seeped into the walls, into the fabric, into the air people breathed. To escape it, Elizabeth did not clean. She fled, moving her entire court from palace to palace like a wandering shadow. Herbs were burned. Floors were covered in sweet-smelling straw. Perfumes tried to fight decay. They always lost. Because beneath every palace, beneath every velvet curtain and golden throne, rotting filth waited. Even the most powerful woman in England lived on top of human waste. Golden thrones, pearl-covered faces, and the most powerful woman in the world. Yet beneath all that splendor was a rotting truth. Elizabeth poisoned her own skin, endured endless pain, and masked reality with perfume, just to look perfect to the world. Because people don't believe the truth. They believe what they see. The whiter the face, the brighter the crown, the more golden the palace, the easier it becomes to hide the decay inside. And today, nothing has changed. On social media, on television, in leaders, in influencers, everyone is spraying perfume. Everyone is thickening their mask. But no one wants to look underneath. Elizabeth's palaces collapsed. Her mask cracked. And all that remained was the truth. Remember this. The truth always has a smell. And no perfume can hide it forever. Clapperboard, the video ends here. But the story continues as long as you keep watching. Like, follow, and stay with us for the next chapter of dark history.